Okay, and like I said, we're going to cut this paper out and glue it or tape it into your notes later on after the notes are done, okay? It takes about 1 page. It's going to be the first page in your notes. All right. Okay, so we've been solving polynomials for like 4 days in a row. We've been talking about polynomials this whole 6 weeks. It is a subject that has a lot of details, okay? And to learn it all at once would be like a ton of stuff, okay? Even though a lot of it goes all together. But we're just going to learn little pieces each class so you can put it all together and so it's not like too overwhelming. Okay, so what we're doing today is real similar and connected to what we've already been doing the last few classes. Okay, that's why we're going to have the quiz at the end of class because it's not totally new. It's just like one little new part that we're adding on to it. Okay, we're going to talk about imaginary solutions. Okay, we've talked about imaginary numbers before. It's when you have the square root of what? What's an imaginary number when you have the square root of what kind of number? A negative. Good, okay? So whenever there's a square root of a negative, that's how you get an imaginary number. It's going to show up on the graph as imaginary solutions, okay? So on here, first thing that I want y'all to do is they label these with letters, but let's change them to numbers because it's really confusing because there's 2 different types of letters. So let's do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's just change those first off. And what they want us to do is to match these 6 equations with these 6 graphs below them. Okay, so we can do this using the calculator. Let's everybody clear your RAM. Okay, I would do that every time I sat down in this classroom. Okay, because I don't know what people are doing. People mess up the zoom on the graph, and I'll see people trying to see something, and it's like it's a weird zoom, and I know maybe you didn't even do that, so just clear your RAM, okay? So we're going to try the first one. Go to y equals x cubed minus 3x squared plus x plus 5. Okay, again, everyone should be on their calculator because you're going to have to do most of these on your own. We're going to do the first couple together. Okay, what is it then, Alvaro? D. It's D. All right, he says it's D. Is it D? All right, yeah, it's D. Okay, looks like this. Okay, that one looks like D to me. There, yes, looks the same. Okay, so 1 matches with D. Okay, now these are all cubic, okay, meaning that they all have what exponent? 3, right? Cubic means to the 3rd power. So if they have to the 3rd power, how many zeros should we expect to see? 3, right? They should have 3 solutions, every single one of them, right? And they always do, okay? But if we look at D here, okay, that's the one that matches with number 1. Right, we're looking at our x-intercepts. How many x-intercepts do you see? 1. Only 1 right there, right? Okay, I only see 1 real solution, and it's at x equals what? -1. Okay, now we know there should be 3 total because it's cubic, but this part of the graph doesn't come all the way down and touch and come back up, okay? It's floating up here, right? So what that is, that means that there's 1 real solution. That means there's 2 imaginary solutions, okay? You can't see those on the calculator. We have to work those out ourselves. Okay, so all of these are cubic, so I know that they should have 3. But since I only can see 1 real solution, 3 minus 1, 2 imaginary. That's why I figured out that there were 2 imaginary solutions. Okay, it's because I can only see 1 of them, and I know that there's got to be 3 total. Okay, so we're going to do this on every one of our graphs. Okay, we're going to go through label the real and imaginary solutions, and the real ones we're going to note them. Okay, the imaginary solutions, again, you can't figure them out using the calculator. I'm going to show you on the next problems how to solve for them and how to get those answers. So let's go ahead and do number 2 together. We're just putting them in y equals and then matching it with the graph. All right, I don't think it's similar, but I don't think it's exactly the same as C. All right, it's E. Now, kind of a funny story about this is I got this from the book, and this one was wrong, right? It did not match. It was obviously supposed to go with E, so I had to kind of guesstimate what it was supposed to be, so it maybe isn't, I mean, it's pretty close, but I had the graph already, so I knew the zeros, but I didn't know exactly what was making it go up so high. Anyway, so yes, we'll say that's E. It has the correct zeros for real, for sure. So 2 is E, but you can see how it's like a different font here than these, because the book made an error, just so you know. Okay. No. All right. So 2 is E. Okay, this one's number 2. Okay, and how many solutions can you see here? 3, right? This one has 3 real solutions. Okay, you can see all of them, 3 x-intercepts. Okay, and they're at what? X equals -2.